So, this deck then. Fairy Schemes. First the commander. Flying Death Touch Lifelink. Okay, interesting. 1 colorless, 1 white, 1 blue, 1 black. Esper, huh? Other creatures you control with flying get +1/+0. So it's the Fairy General. Whenever you cast an artifact or enchantment spell, create a 1/1 blue Fairy creature token with flying. Yeah, that's a decent ability. There's not too many artifacts or enchantments that we've seen so far that we want to cast, but there might be. I would have loved this to be whenever an artifact or enchantment enters the battlefield under your control. Right, a 1/1. Stats are decent, but not amazing. Doesn't do anything when it comes into play. But it does have the ability to create 2/1s, essentially, since it buffs all the dudes. Yeah, this might see play, but it very much depends on what artifacts or enchantments that you even want to play in a deck like this. I don't know exactly what that would be. I mean, it's not as good as the fairies of old, like the fairies of Lorwyn and stuff like that. They could counter spells and they could like Vendilion click, and no, it's not that level. If you compare to that, it's kind of a shit fairy, but with the power level of standard right now, I'd say it probably won't see play, but if there's any incentive to play a lot of artifacts and enchantments, and if they bounce, or if they ban for a time raveler, maybe? Yeah, I mean, hard to say. It doesn't seem amazing, but since it depends on other cards which you might want to play, like, if there's a lot of artifacts and enchantments that you want to play anyways, then maybe this is card. Maybe that's card. So, let's see. Witching Well we've already talked about. Corridor Monitor. When it enters the battlefield, untap target artifact or creature you control. It's a 1/4. Weird distribution of stats. So this could also go into what's called high alert style deck, where the toughness becomes its power, stuff like that. Untap artifact, creature control. Usually when these things, like creatures which can untap things, is interesting, because sometimes there's like some combo where you like recur a lot of things, but I can't think of anything on top of my mind, so I think it's just a shit card, honestly. All That Glitters. 1 colorless, 1 white, enchant creature. Enchant creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact or enchantment you control. Again, there's too few artifacts or enchantments that we want to play so far. And auras with the time raveler in standard, I don't see it, honestly. Not gonna lie. Animating Fairy, 2 colors, 1 blue. It's a 2/2 for 3, so shit stats, flying. Bring to life, 2 colors and 1 blue. Target non-creature artifact you control becomes a 0/0 artifact creature. Put 4 +1/+1 counter on it. It's another way of getting our helm off that we can clone with Animating Fairy. It's a little bit expensive though. 3 mana to do this. That depends. I mean, if you have something like Witching Well and Bag of Holding, you might want to do this. The thing is, the base stats are so bad, I can't really see it. I can't really see this working. Because even if you play Bring to Life, and even if Bring to Life is decent in your deck, you're never gonna want to play Animating Fairy, and I have a hard time believing that you Bring to Life is good enough that you... maybe if there's some combo. If there's some combo, it might see play. Otherwise, again, shit card. Okay. 1 color is 1 white, 1 blue. Shine Chaser gets +1/+1 as long as you control artifact, and +1/+1 as long as you control an enchantment. So a 3/3 flying vigilance for 3 is not even that good. Just compare this to Feathered Redeemed, which is a 3/4 and it has no requirements. So this will never see play. In summary. I'm sorry if I'm a little bit negative with some cards, but there's a lot of cards. That's the thing in Magic. Like 80% of the cards, or 70% or something, is like commons and weird uncommons which will never see play, and or maybe in some very fringe scenario you can make something work. And then there's like 30-40% where there's like some niche applications, and where there's some really good cards to be found with some like cards which define your decks, and those are always the cards that we're looking for here. So, Shambling Suit, 3 colorless. Shambling Suit's power is equal to the number of artifacts or enchantments you control. Again, probably... I've already smack-talked the maze. Not gonna go further down that rabbit hole. Heraldic Banner. Enters the battlefield, choose a color. Creatures you control of the chosen color get +1/+0. Add 1 mana of any of the chosen color. I mean, it's decent. It's decent. I mean, usually when you play a mana artifact, though, usually has to like bigger upsides. Like there's the 3 mana one, which gives all your lands the ability to produce any mana. That's a good one. There's the 3 mana, which puts counters on it whenever you play a dragon, stuff like that. I think that's gonna rotate out though. And then there's the 3 mana. Like essentially none of them has seen any play, especially with the Fairy Time Raveler. I think it's probably too slow. And it also doesn't give toughness. Nah, I don't really see this card being super good. Unfortunately. Fortunately not super good. Arcanist Owl. Wow, the mana cost there, okay. Blue and white. The Azorius. The Fedora Warriors. The Miladies. When Arcanist Owl enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal an artifact or enchantment card from among them and put that card into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. 4 mana, 3/3 flying. Horrible. You may reveal an artifact or enchantment card. Again, we haven't seen any real enchantments and artifacts that we really want to have on top. I mean, what artifacts are there really now in standard that see play? There's like none. Is there any artifact that you play a lot of? Can't think of any. I mean, Treasure Map got pretty much hosted by the Fairy Time Raveler. The only enchantments are like enchantments which remove things, which exiles a planeswalker or creature, for instance, that kind of thing. But not seeing it. Not seeing it there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, there's a lot of cards which I not really see. But if you have another opinion, leave it down in the comment section. If you found some nice combo or something with it. Shimmer Dragon. Oh, I think there's a Shimmering Dragon, but this is just Shimmer Dragon. Okay, 4 colorless and 2 blue. As long as you control 4 or more artifacts, Shimmer Dragon has hexproof. Again. Again. Please give us good artifacts first. Tap 2 untap artifacts you control, draw a card. Oh, that's pretty interesting though. Somehow get a lot of artifacts, which, I mean, you could guess with a lot of food. So, if you have a lot of food and you drop down Shimmer Dragon, it's both hexproof and it will draw you a lot of cards every turn. Yeah, this could definitely work in a food deck, honestly. I was about to say this is a shit card, but I mean, if you can produce enough food and the food starts drawing you cards every goddamn turn, and this is hexproof, yeah, this probably... Well, I think we'll see play. I mean, it's 6 mana, it's very, very expensive. But if you have a lot of food, if you can produce a lot of food, this guy's amazing. And very hard to get rid of with hexproof. Yeah, I think this card will see play. And it will probably only see play in a food deck. Bloodsucked Altar we've seen before. Banish into Fable. 4 colors, 1 white, 1 blue. Whenever you cast a spell from your hand, copy it if you control an artifact, then copy it if you control an enchantment. You may choose new targets for the copies. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. You create a 2/2 white knight creature token with vigilance. Just me. Azorius and white knights. We're gonna create that. The Fedora Warriors, I'm gonna create a deck just dedicated to Milady. It's gonna be Azorius with Temple of Milady. That's what it's gonna be. Just to respect. Just to respect the woman. This doesn't seem super strong, honestly, but there's a niche application for this. There's the Roll, which deals 1 damage whenever you copy something, and if you copy the copy, it will then copy itself, so we get 6 copies with Banish into Fable if you copy the copy. If you copy the Banishing the Fable with roll, that we're definitely gonna try. So that's 6 damage to face, and if you have 2 rolls, that's a gazillion damage to their faces. So yeah, with roll, I guess it could work, but probably not with much else. Doesn't seem super good. You got 2 white knights. I don't know. But yeah, there's that niche application at least. Workshop Elders. 6 colors, 1 blue. Artifacts, creatures you control have flying. Okay, 4/4 for 7. That's horrible. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may have target non-creature artifact you control become a 0/0 artifact creature. If you do, put 4+1/+1 counters on it. This seems really, really bad, honestly. 7 mana. That's like you win the game kind of mana. And then you have to wait 1 turn until you get this effect off. Nope. No, this shit. Another shit rare! I'm sorry if I shit on a lot of cards. But it's always like this in standards. There's a lot of cards which aren't too good. And I think that they don't want to spoil the most interesting cards in these decks. I think they want to like reveal more and more cards as we go along, and I think most of the best rares are gonna come a little bit later, I think, in the spoilers. So that will be it for today. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next time.